going and getting the exhaust fixed. Well, not fixed, but some different exhaust done here on the truck. So you guys, the last video you guys saw was the the dyno video, and of course we're having a problem with not making the horsepower. But the other thing is, it is insanely loud. Now, don't get me wrong, it sounds cool. It does. But when I'm driving down the road, it is awful. I can't take it. Like, it's just, oh, it's way too loud. And some people like that. I don't. And especially up here where I live, I'm going to have cops on me quick if I don't put a muffler on this thing. So, I don't know if you can see it back there. Got a Flowmaster muffler back there. It's a 40 series, dual in, dual out. I was going to do 2 individual mufflers, but they actually didn't have 2 center in, center out 40. So we're going to try just the one. I've never dealt with the dual in, dual out muffler before, but today's the day we are going to deal with it. So they're going to put that in, and I think it'll be bearable. It's still going to be loud. Don't think it's going to get quiet, because we're still going to have cam heads motor with headers. And all that, but we're going to keep the X-pipe in the exhaust. And some of you guys talked about the lope on the cam. That's a big reason why you're not hearing it as well. Is, for one, we've got something wrong, power wise. Idle's up a little bit high. That has to do with the size stall we're running. I need to get a bigger stall, and we can lower the idle, and we will be able to hear it more. And of course, the X-pipe takes away the scavenging effect anyway, so we're losing a lot of that lope there. But I'm heading to the exhaust shop now, and there you guys can hear it. I mean, it's loud, and in Virginia I'm not going to get away with it. So get this thing to the exhaust shop, put that muffler on it, and I'll pick back up the camera once I pick it back up from the exhaust shop so you guys can hear it. If you want to hear it before this, if you didn't see it, go to the last video where we put it on the dyno, and you can hear it all the way up to 6,500 RPM and hear it bouncing off the rev limiter if you really want to hear what it sounds like straight pipe. So go check out that video if you're interested. But like I said, I'll pick back up the camera and show you guys the exhaust once I get it done at the shop. Probably get out of here before somebody calls the cops, because I'm back up in the neighborhood, and I did pass a cop coming out. But there you go. So that is with a Flowmaster 40, and it's still extremely loud, and it sounds awesome too. Headers are definitely, of course they're power adders, but they certainly affect the sound as well, and it sounds awesome. So there you go. Like I said, it definitely was not going to be quiet. Now, if you stuck around to this part of the video and you're still wondering about the power output on the new motor and why it seems to be off, I think I have found the problem, but it's no guarantee. We got to get into it Sunday. Yeah, we got people. There's a guy sitting out there on his porch that wasn't out there earlier. So. My guess is, I think the timing is 1 tooth off. Now, the majority of the comments that were on the last video of the dyno and all that are I don't want to say ridiculous, because that's kind of insulting, but they weren't very educated responses to what's wrong with the truck. There was a couple people that mentioned timing, and I called Texas Speed, and they're kind of hinted around timing. They wanted me to check push rod preload. Called a couple shops, called some friends, but the people who were the most help was Comp, and the push rods are Comp. So at least I had something that I had bought from them. I gave them a call and told them what happened. You know, didn't make the power it was supposed to. You know, on the dyno, we were trying to add timing to it, fuel, and we got nothing. And as soon as I said we tried adding timing and we gained nothing, that's when he said, hang on, your timing sounds off. So what might have happened is when I set it up, I'm looking at, you know, the dots on the cam sprocket and the crank sprocket. And to me, you know, on the eyeball, it looks right. But, you know, had I just turned the cam, you know, just a little bit, or the crank just a little bit, it might have ended up being one tooth off. So that's what we're thinking it is. And if that's the case, this thing is 8 degrees out of timing, which is huge. So we're definitely going to get into that and see if that was the case. And some people were saying that that's all this motor was going to make, and that's not true. And let me tell you why. Because this truck is no faster than it was with the old motor. The old motor did not have a heads and a cam. The dyno, people are talking about the dyno being wrong. I probably should have included that the truck feels no faster. If it's got cam, heads, and headers in a dyno tune, this truck should feel way faster, and it feels no faster at all. So that's why I know something's wrong with it, and we're definitely going to get that figured out. But got to get the fuel rails modified on the intake manifold, and we're going to run a 90mm throttle body from a Corvette. I got to get the X-Link harness for that. So next time we go to the dyno, of course, the motor will be fixed, and we'll have that new intake manifold and throttle body, and we'll figure out what the real number is supposed to be for this motor. But of course, I'll film me getting into the motor and seeing if that's the case. If that's not the case, then we will get into looking at the heads, of course. But I've got a good feeling that that's the case. So appreciate you guys watching. Drop any comments you got down below. Follow me over on Instagram at Austin04_Z71. Take care. Have a great day.